It will be a fight.
And there'll be a lot of death, unfortunately.
It will be a fight we will win.
But a lot less death. But there will be death.
People should be actually kept out of the country for at least 28 days.
America is not prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. How you doing? Not bad. Thanks for asking. It is time to bring back one of our favourite guests, the great and powerful Georgia Productions. Welcome back to the show. How you doing, mate?
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah. What's happening?
Not much because of COVID.
Yeah.
Not much.
Locked in the house, doing what
Yes.
I'm doing, just sitting,
Yes.
waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only been to Sydney once in the last few months.
So what's happening with you? You're still growing. You're about to hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
How exciting! What are you at now?
9:30.
Shit, it's getting
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know how. I've just made a new podcast.
I know. How about that?
Little shout out there.
Yeah, tell me about the podcast. What's happening there?
It's called G Thanks, and it's a Spotify original.
Oh.
So Spotify actually came to us, which was insane, and we were like kind of shooting ourselves because we don't know anything about podcasts. Well, we listen to them a lot, but just never thought that me and my sister could make one. And yeah, it's just about really anything that we're talking about, or anything like random topics or opinions, anything. We just try to put our own little twist on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, the reason I asked you here was you sent me a message last week and you were blowing up because you were getting, not cancelled, but you were getting like half cancelled in your comment section. Now, do you want to elaborate on that? I don't want you to sort of like get in trouble anymore and get people blowing up at you, but what happened? Because people were mad.
Yeah, so I make like comedy videos, whether it's funny or not is totally your opinion, but I try to do comedy, and I made this skit, and it was basically a mockumentary about like influencers and girl influencers, those type of Instagram models
That I talk about a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm always talking shit about them, and
Yeah.
I think it comes with the territory. If you're going to put yourself out there, then people are going to talk shit about you. You just have to accept that.
Yeah, and I was just trying to kind of portray this self-obsessed Instagram model that kind of, if anything, influences bad habits upon young girls, like not eating the right amount because they want to stay skinny, and like kind of, acting like looks is everything when it's not. And I don't know, just kind of, in my opinion, I think there is some Instagram models out there, some influencers out there who are doing everything right. But then there's also those types of people that, I think young girls should stay away from because it's just a bit toxic to see. Anyway, I was just trying to portray it. I was just trying to have a bit of a laugh and a bit of poking fun at that type of person. And in the video, I said something like, because it was supposed to be a mockumentary, it was like a day in the life, and it was like, and then I just take a photo of my ass and complain. And it was just me around the pool, and my friend took this photo of my bum, and then I said, and then I just sit and complain about it or something, and then I said,
You sit and complain about how people are sexualizing you in the comments.
And I said, oh my God, I'm being so sexualized, I'm being so objectified. And people took that line, and there was quite a few comments, like these long comments about how someone even accused me of saying something I never said. They said, you've just basically said that because she's wearing a skirt, she's asking to be raped. And I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
I did not say that at all. And I think what really triggered me is like, you can comment anything on my video. You can say you're ugly. You can say I don't like you. I don't think you're funny. That's fine. But if you like comment something like assuming who I am as a person, or like assuming the most outrageous things, that makes me angry, because it's like, what kind of person says rape is okay? Like, you just can't assume that. I don't know. That's what.
Well, what shocked me about the whole thing was that you still read your comments.
Yeah,
Like, that's outrageous. Like, because the thing is, when you get to the size that you are and you're getting heaps of views, like, there's a lot of comments on there, and a lot of people are mental. A lot of
Yes.
people are crazy, and the things that they say to you and about your videos and stuff, like, you've just got to sit there and just go, wow, like, this person actually exists.
Yeah.
Because the things that I read about me, like, if you read the things that people say about me, like, I'm the worst person in the world. You know?
I think I have read a few things. I'm like, you have not met Isaac. It's
Yeah.
like it's like people assume things before meeting you or before, like, you say a joke, but sometimes it takes away from, like, if you have to then go in the comments and explain to them, actually, this is who I am, this is what I meant, it takes away from the whole joke, because
Yeah.
it's like, my gosh, do I have to explain to them I am a person with normal morals, and I obviously don't. Yeah, it's like, what's the point then? It just kind of just made me angry. Yeah, like, and then she also, sorry to go on a tangent.
Go on, it's all good.
But in that same comment, she said, and you're basically saying that you're not taking eating disorders seriously, because there was also a scene where I was again mocking the Instagram influencer with the stupid proportions they eat. And I'm like, cut out this tiny square of toast and put like avocado on it. And I was like, and then I just have this really filling meal, you know, but that was a complete mock of those people. I didn't even think about eating disorders. I didn't even cross my mind, nor did I say anything about that. And for her to just twist my words and twist that into something it wasn't, like, that just made me so angry. I was like, I can't say anything. Like, you can't say anything.
But you
these
can't.
days.
And you will have, regardless of what you say and what position you take on any topic, people will hate you. And that's just like the biggest thing with social media, is that people will hate you regardless.
Yeah.
Like, people just, like, you've seen my live show, right? I'm the biggest asshole in the world, but you come to my house just now and the dogs are here and everyone's happy.
And you're like, hey, baby, talking to the dogs.
Little baby. I got a Greyhound dad mug. Like, that's the real me. But the person that I play online, and it's a sort of a character, but it's like, it's me just being an asshole, and that's what
You exaggerated.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy to do with stand up, right? But it's if you allow people to sort of affect you in a way when it comes to comments and shit, and I bet you get a heap.
I did get so angry. I would
bet.
send Isaac all these videos being like,
Yeah,
someone just accused me of saying rape's okay, and I want to vent because that made me angry.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's okay. You're
Yeah.
allowed to. And so, did you respond to these people?
I did, but only because I didn't want them to take that out of context and make up a story that's just nothing but untrue. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not letting that happen. And the crazy thing is, it's like, do I even have to explain? Like, just, it should come like as a given that, like,
You shouldn't have to explain
I
that
shouldn't
rape's
have to
not
explain that I think rape's not okay. Like a girl, if you're a girl or a guy, it doesn't matter what you wear. You could be walking around naked. You're still not asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, but I felt like I had to say that and explain that, even though I thought that's a given. Like, that should just.
But people know that that's a given. But they're looking, because they see you as someone who is on a pedestal or is out there in the open. They are looking for reasons to attack you and bring you down.
And
that's just the world. And as you get bigger, you're going to do something that, you know, gets you in the paper, and people are going to have a go at you. It's going to happen, and it's going to affect you. And I get it. It's happened to me, you know, with the whole
I hope not.
with the whole Muslim thing. You're going to say something about Muslims, right? You're gonna say something, probably not about that. You won't say something as horrible as I did, but you'll say something and it'll get you in trouble. And the big thing to do is, like, maybe you can apologize and get away with it, because like, you're sort of, brand's the wrong word, but you're not a horrible person. That's not the character that you portray, right? No, but it's not. You're not like this mean dude with a beard that gets on and makes videos, right?
I don't really have strong opinions about a lot of things.
No, but you do in secret.
Yes, yes, but I'm not. I don't know. To me, it's just not like, I don't really share them often.
But that's not what your channel's about.
No.
And that's okay. Your channel's about fun, right?
Yeah.
You're making fun videos for a lot of young people. Is that the main sort of core audience for you?
Used to be. I'm like, and that's another thing. It's like, I'm really trying, because I'm 21 now. I'm going to be.
Well, you're 21 in what,
in
2
October.
weeks?
Yes. Oh, stop it. He knows my birthday.
This is why we have this.
Are you serious?
That's for you. Happy birthday for your 21st.
Oh, stop.
from Far North
you don't have
Queensland
to do
Spirits.
that.
No, it's from Far North Queensland Spirits. It's
Are you
Croc's
serious?
Piss.
Oh, thank you.
It's a
You didn't
delicious
have to do
brew.
that. I love the croc on there.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great alcoholic drop. So
Yeah.
you're now 21. So nearly 21. Congratulations.
21, yes.
But yeah, you know, I guess that must be a hard thing for you to sort of grow with your audience as well. And
Yeah, well, it's because I also look like I still look like 15.
yeah,
And yeah.
you need to grow a beard.
I need to grow a beard. That's what I need to do. But I've been on YouTube since I was 13, which means I've grown up on YouTube. Like, and I say this all the time, but like when you're 13, then to 21, you're a different person each year. Whereas like, say you last year or 2 years ago, you'd probably be the same person. Like it's going through puberty, you are literally becoming different people. And therefore every year on YouTube, I have showcased who I was then. So like the 15-year-old me is not me now. I look back at those videos when I was like 15, even 17 years old, and I'm like, what was I doing? Like I don't find that stuff funny anymore. My humor's not the same. And people seem to kind of have in their head that like she has to be the same. You can't change. Like they don't want me to change. They don't want me to your dog's just drinking in the background.
Yeah, Rosie's having a drink. That's all right.
Having a drink, yeah.
We're in the kitchen now. Because I thought it was I was sick of doing like not there's anything wrong with Zoom and podcasts through Zoom, but it's been probably 6 months since I've done a podcast in person. And you lose a lot when you start doing podcasts over the internet because you're not looking at the person, you're not in the same
having
room.
like an engaged conversation.
I mean, it's doable and they're fine and they pass the test and people still enjoy them, but it's not the same sort of thing. And I felt that because we live like around the corner from each other, we may as well do it in person. Yeah. And that's why I did the big task of bringing the camera from upstairs downstairs. Yeah. That's what I did.
Sorry, I'll try to like sum this up, but I was saying like, yeah, when you're, especially I think a female online, maybe this is just my experience, but it's like people really don't like it when I swear or, I don't know, say an adult joke because I was once 15 and there's still videos there of me 15. So people kind of just want me to stay this innocent 15-year-old. But the truth is I'm growing. I don't find that funny anymore. Like I can't physically sit there and watch a video of me as a 17-year-old because I'm like, God, that's so cringy, you know? Yeah.
Of course. But that's what most people would be like if they were watching videos of themselves at 17. And I guess with YouTube is like, you're probably getting a lot of people viewing your videos for the first time that are 3, 4, 5 years old. And then maybe they subscribe then or now to you as a 17-year-old.
Exactly.
And then this week you upload something where you're talking about, well, you're not talking about eating disorders, but you're making jokes that have something to do with influences with those type of things going on. And then maybe they freak out about that.
And that's why when like a 7-year-old comments on my videos, I'm like, why are you here? Like, sorry, but no offense to them, but why? Do you understand any of the jokes in my videos? Or why are you here? It's just more of like it's a little bit frustrating, and like I don't mean offense to my younger audience, but it is a little bit frustrating when I'm trying to make really witty humor that I'm proud of and I want to try to engage an older audience, and then a little kid comes up to me at Charlestown Square and goes, "Can you pull a funny face?" It's kind of like, okay. Yeah. Like what am I doing that for then?
But I guess it's part of it. And like I have most of my people that come to my shows are, you know, between 20 and 30, and, you know, there's older people that come as well. The dream. There's a lot of people in their 50s that come and a lot of people in 60s. And the oldest I think we've had was probably about 80. 80, yeah. There's an old nana.
Cannot imagine an 80-year-old.
It was confronting. But the youngest we had, I think, was at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, and the show was supposed to be 18 plus, but someone snuck their like 8-year-old in. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it was full on.
Daddy, what's a dick?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It was full on. But, you know, it's part and parcel with the game. And also you have to, like, sort of acknowledge that was part of your upbringing on YouTube, you know? Yeah. And that's cool. But, mate, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to just keep doing the same thing and growing with the platform? Or do you divide it and then make another YouTube channel where it's it's older you, but you can, because you have enough time, you can make videos for both channels.
Well, that's the difficult thing, because I feel a bit stuck at the moment, because the whole Georgia Productions as a label, I feel like, again, and I've cried about this, I've had some full-on like breakdowns about it. I feel like I have stuck myself in this image of my younger self. I feel like even if they, I feel like a lot of people know of me but may not watch my stuff. Like, I feel like if I pop up on Facebook, maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of 20-year-olds would see my name, look at it and go, oh, that Georgia Productions chick, she's for kids, and keep scrolling. And it's like, that's not their fault, but that's what makes me really upset, because it's what I've done. It's this image that I created for myself when I was younger that's still stuck with me today, and it makes me angry, because it's like I wish I could show like older people like this is who I am now, and I wish they'd give me more of a chance.
Well, why don't you make a second channel?
I don't know. Yeah, I've been thinking of maybe changing the name, but it's just stuck with me for so long. But,
Do it.
But I just don't know what to call it, because I just don't know my last name.
Do it your last name. Do you?
But it's not like Butterfield. Like, it's not something that's stuck. It's a last name that people struggle to spell. So.
What is your last name?
No, we're not going there.
You're not going there.
No, not yet.
You have told me in the past, but
yeah.
I know you don't want to go there with that. But maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe that's how you separate it, because Georgia Production can still exist, and then you can still take a whole nother tangent.
Then I'll need therapy. It's like, who's that? I'll start forgetting it.
That's fine. That's fine. Who cares? Go for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've just launched a podcast. No one knows the name of it until this week.
Yeah.
That was a baby, and now it's born. It's in the world.
True. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that wasn't a fart. That was the chair. I promise.
But I know that's a really scary thing, and it's the same for me when I name a show every year. People hate the name, or they love the name, or they're somewhere in between.
What was the show that I went to? Why So Serious?
Why So Serious?
I loved that. That was
and
a
before
great
that,
show.
it was bad for your health, and now this year was supposed to be Outlaw,
Right.
and that never really got off the ground because of the coronavirus. I think I'll still call it Outlaw, and the reason I'll still call it Outlaw is because I've got like 1,000 t-shirts sitting in my garage that say Outlaw on it.
Yeah.
So I think I'll have to run with Outlaw next year. But when you name something new, it's like when you wrote your book, you got to name it something.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And like when you have
That was 2018. That was like.
what are you going to do now?
I don't know. That
You're nearly 21.
Yeah.
You're 21 in a week when this comes out. You've written a book. You've got a YouTube channel with almost 1 million, let's call it 1 million subscribers. You're growing what?
Round it up.
40,000 subscribers a month?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really count it.
Yeah.
But and like you said, like after you told me you don't read the comments, I actually stopped reading as many. Say I'd read like 5 of the top comments or something, or I still read some of the newest ones. But I definitely, and I don't read any Instagram comments.
No, you shouldn't, as you shouldn't.
But yeah, no, like that kind of. I don't really keep an eye on the numbers or anything.
And when you say that you don't read the comments, you can't, because half of them are the most retarded things you'll ever read, and then another 25% are bots saying. There's this bot getting out at the moment, and it's a girl with like a bikini and stuff, and she's like, my grandfather and father raped me.
For me to say.
Huge tits.
Huge tits.
That's gonna.
Oh shit! She's got some good knockers.
That's gonna be the
Lots of
clip.
melons.
That's gonna be the clip that sells this podcast. Little Dixon in the background giving some running commentary. I thought you were napping. We went camping last night. We went up to up past about 3 or 4 hours from where we are here in Newcastle up to Adam Greentree's farm, and for his 40th, and we don't camp.
Yeah.
We do not camp. I haven't been camping in like 10 years. I fucking hate it. And Adam hooked us up with this nice tent and all that type of stuff. It was like one of those tents that sits on the top of a 4-wheel drive and on the roof, and he just put it on the ground. It was in his shed. And I'm 110
Did
kilos.
you fall through the roof?
No, it was on the ground. It was on the ground.
Okay.
So I'm like 110 kilos, and the mattress is probably 3 or 4 inches thick.
Yeah.
And my shoulders just digging into the floor. And I woke up this morning just like, oh my God, I've had 3 hours sleep. And I was like, fuck. I almost messaged you, and I was like, listen,
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not fun when I'm tired. I just
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
into this big mess. Anyway, and but it was nice to get up to the mountains up there, and it's like this beautiful picturesque location, and it takes you away from the whole YouTube thing and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Because like last week,
Disconnect.
yeah, and you know, you get really good views on all your videos. Sometimes mine don't go too well, and that's cool. It's just part and parcel with the
you.
game.
Yeah.
Like, but it's funny.
Does
like,
it freak you out when you like
yeah,
get like a couple 100,000 less, and you're like, oh,
couple 100,000.
this
I
is the end.
I had one this
I'm
week
coming
that
around.
only got like 70,000, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck. But it was,
Yeah.
these things happen, you know, particularly because I upload 4 days a week, so I sometimes things just don't vibe with people, and that's fine. It's part and
4
parcel of the
days,
game.
Shit, I can't. Oh, I struggle with one.
But that's what I'm saying. You could do 2, and one goes to your main channel, and one goes to your second channel, which is Georgia, and your last name, and it's the new you. Little Dixon thrown out. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it gives you an opportunity to reinvent yourself. Not that you need to, but it sounds like you want to.
Kind of, yeah. I've been trying to like slide into a different image, but it's just hard. I feel like a Miley Cyrus trying to break free from the Disney Channel.
So what
stuff.
did she do? She went full, like,
She went naked on a wrecking ball.
balls
That's
to the
what she
wall.
did,
Like,
yeah.
you don't need to do that. But
Maybe
you could
I
just,
do.
But you could just change your name.
Maybe I need to become one of those bots on the. Well, I mean, and like you said, like that's those kind of bots and stuff. They like draw attention.
Yeah.
And speaking of boobs, I put my boobs in the thumbnail for once just to see if it would work, and it did.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my male audience
But
coming in.
do you want to be one of
No.
those?
No, but I just.
You know what I mean? Like, that's such a weird thing to do. I feel like it's when I've never understood girls taking photos of
No.
their ass. Like, I know it gets likes and stuff.
I did it for that video about the influencer. So
Yeah.
it was supposed to be in character, and I was making the thumbnail. I was like, yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, when you got photos of your tits and your ass everywhere, I just
Yeah.
feel like like for me, if I was taking a photo of my ass, like, I'd just be like, this is weird. This is a weird
No, and
thing to do.
that's not my Instagram. If you look at it, it's just not me. I mean, go for your life if that's what you want to do. It makes you feel confident and sexy. Go for your life. And like, I'm all about self-confidence and things, but it's just not me. It's just, it felt really weird to do. And it did feel weird to put on the thumbnail, but I was like, oh, well, I'll try it out. See if it gets views. And I looked on the analytics, like, this video is doing 80% 80% better than your normal uploads. I was like, oh, wonder why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. And that was the whole thing about, I was trying to kind of poke fun at those girls, but people interpreted it as like, oh, you're saying that posting photos in a bikini is asking for it. And it's like, I never said that at all. But there are some people, and this is what I said in the comment back. I was like, I don't know how we've got back here, but I did say back in the comment, I was like, people like, you know, posting a photo in a bikini like is not asking for it. There is nothing, doesn't matter if you're trying to be sexy or anything, you're never asking for it. But people don't make OnlyFans accounts to watch while gardening.
Yeah.
Like, they do it for other people to look at them and think, wow, that's sexy. They're sexy. They look at it, they make that stuff for a reason, you know, to feel sexy. And some people like that kind of attention. They like that kind of sexual attention. So that's all I was trying to say. And I was just trying to say there are some girls out there who do that and they like that attention, but then they try to kind of like act like they don't do it for that reason.
Why do they like it so much? Like,
I don't know.
What goes through
Don't
someone's
ask
mind?
me.
But surely you've got mates that like post that type of stuff on Instagram.
I've met a lot of Instagram models at like events and things, and you know, some of them are great girls, have a great conversation. I don't want to speak badly, but a lot of those events, I can't stand the atmosphere. It's so, no one wants to talk to you, no one wants to approach you because they're all better than you, and it's just full of lip filler and boob jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that again.
I've never been invited to any of those.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would go.
Oh,
Like, not
mate.
to like an Instagram party.
You'd stick out like a sore thumb.
I bet I would. Wearing a Billabong t-shirt.
Thongs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's not like. But also, you're in Newcastle. I'm in Newcastle. It's sort of like I say this all the time to a lot of people. I was talking about a few blokes last night that we're in this bubble here where, you can travel to Newcastle Airport and fly anywhere in Australia within a couple of hours, and that's great. It's good for me for touring, and I'm sure it's good for you for doing whatever you happen to be doing that day. And we don't have the Gold Coast or even the Melbourne, like Melbourne's not that bad, but the Gold Coast mentality, or even like Sydney with like Bondi or whatever, that mentality where it's like, it's all about this superficial attitude of like, it depends how much your shoes cost, how much your lips worth, all that type of stuff. And that's I just feel like it's just such a negative thing, particularly for young women.
But also, I walked away from that event in tears, me and my sister. And because we just felt so ugly compared to them. And it wasn't even like poor me. It was how they made us feel, not just with the way they looked, but they just made us feel like we weren't as important as them with their attitudes. It wasn't just how they looked. Yeah. But we just felt so out of place and so like down here compared to them. And it was like, I just felt like, why am I here? Like, they all did the same thing. I felt like I was like an outcast almost. But also, like, I say this in like full honesty, there was quite a few girls there that I had followed on Instagram, and then I saw them in real life. Yeah. The proportions were so different, and it was so obvious that they actually face-tuned their body. And that hit me hard, and I was like, this really does happen. And that, again, that was the whole take I was trying to take on that influencer video. Because it is so toxic for young girls to look at their bodies that they've photoshopped into these ridiculous proportions and think, that's how I should look. Like, that's what I should look like if I want to be hot. And these girls, mind you, were gorgeous in real life. Like, I thought their bodies were perfect. But they still, like... I can't imagine how insecure you must feel to want to like physically change your body in Photoshop. Like it was insane to like look at her and then like look at a photo and was like, it was just so different.
Well, it's just a lie.
It's just a straight up lie.
Like it's just a lie. Like it's just not real. It's like when like if a dude goes out in town and he might put his best pair of jeans on and maybe some new Jordans if you're feeling dangerous. If you're feeling real dangerous. But like if a girl really wants to get dressed up, and all power to you if you want to do it, but you're talking fake skin, you're talking fake eyelashes, you're talking fake eyebrows, like all that type of shit.
I do that. Yeah.
But like that's cool. Yeah. But like you can't live up to that every day.
No, you can't.
Or it's very difficult to, and it takes a long time. Like if you got to put fake tan on every day, or every second day, or every third day, if you got to put fake eyelashes on, or you got to cover your face in whatever, like that is your decision, and that's wonderful if you want to do that. But that's like an hour or 2 hours getting ready. Yeah, and fuck that.
Yeah, like these girls looked so gorgeous, and they were all dressed up, and like so are we. But when you look at their accounts and you go through their stories and things, it is a bit like weird just for me to see that they don't post anything when they're not looking their best. And it was like, why? Like, well, what's wrong with you when you're not looking your best? Like, you look beautiful no matter what. But it was like it made me feel like, oh shit, I shouldn't post something when I don't have makeup on, and like, but it was so dumb to think. Like, it brings me back to that whole toxic people on Instagram, and I'm not saying all Instagram influencers like that. I am. But
they're all fucked. They are. Because the thing is,
I have a few friends that are like that.
And especially them. They're terrible people.
COVID.
The thing is, like, a lot of people will say, oh, you look amazing, or you look great.
People tell me I look ugly in real life.
Not necessarily. I'm not even talking about you. I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about, like, they will lie to your face and they'll say but like, you might not be looking your best on this day, but they're saying you're beautiful, you're powerful. No one says that to dudes. Yeah. Like, no one says to me, like, if I've just got off a flight, or I've just...
your beard's looking sexy today.
Your beard's fucking everywhere, Butterfield. You got psoriasis in your hair. Like, no one's saying, oh, you're powerful, mate. Yeah. It's absolutely disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, that's the thing. I really don't get comments on my appearance, like, ever, unless I post a nice photo of myself, like a little selfie or something. And I do feel nice. I'm like, oh I'm looking good today. I'll post a photo. And that's when I get comments on how I look. But in my videos, I will get maybe 2 comments. Oh,
Yeah.
you're pretty. But yeah, I actually can agree with you on that and can relate to you because my content's not really about like lifestyle, beauty, makeup. So people I feel like they just don't think about it to comment on it. Like they don't really think about how I look. They're just more thinking about what I'm saying or the content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, as the camera dies.
But like, sorry, yeah, I was just going to say I have
But
these...
I know, you're trying to get your point across, and I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, for some reason, I can't work out why my camera will only record for 30 minutes at a time. But anyway,
Might
whatever.
be the memory card.
Might be the memory card.
Does it say this file is split into 2?
Yeah.
4 gigabyte limit or something?
Yeah, but
it
it's
might
like
be a card.
it's like the top of the range, because I don't fuck around. The top of the range memory card.
How many gigabytes?
That camera's more, and yours is like, I think it's like 256 for the camera pointing to me, and the one on you is like 128 gigabytes.
Never mind. I'm talking about like 8 gigabytes.
No. But I don't know. It just stops. But anyway, yeah. What I wanted to ask you about is your sister, Lily.
Yeah.
She just finished school this year. Now,
Class of 2020.
2020.
Yep. She's
What happened with?
terrible.
Did she do like a muck up day or what's it called? A scav
scav
hunt.
hunt. She's about to.
So a lot of
That
people are
hasn't
talking
started.
about scav hunts at the
Yeah.
moment. It's a big thing in the news, and there's a lot of private schools in Sydney where there's these young blokes who are talking about spitting on homeless people and all horrible shit like that. But in their defence, and it sounds like a thing you can't really defend, and you can't. Like, if you go out and do that, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I remember when I did scav
It's for
hunt.
scav. No, you're a piece of
When
shit.
I did scav hunt, there was weird shit in the things, and like you get like
We were talking
100
about
points.
this last night. Yeah.
Well, did you do the same thing? You had weird things in your scav
I
hunt?
didn't do scav hunt for the YouTube reason.
Oh,
I just
really?
didn't want anything being surfaced of me.
Why?
So I just didn't do it.
But you make
Because-
comedy videos. You're
Yeah.
allowed to be a bit loose.
Yeah, but no thanks.
No,
like
I know.
it's just I was just more like, yeah, look, I would rather avoid it. It was a decision I made. It wasn't my management or anything. I was just like, I don't want to
So
do it.
you could. I'm in a different position to you, because if I got caught with like 10 kilograms of coke tomorrow, it would increase my rep on YouTube. Like, people are like, oh, that's sick, Butterfield, what a loose cannon. But if you get done with it, you're in strife.
Like if I was, if there
Isn't
was a
that
video
strange?
of me doing a nudie run on the beach, people are like, "Ugh, it's, gross, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's tainted, she's ruined. But if I did it, it'd be like,
Yeah.
you know.
She's asking for it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right.
People would, and there'd be dickheads out there who would say that. Or, yeah, anyway. But my sister, they're going to do it, but it can't be like anything to do with the school, because we went to a Christian school, so like,
Oh, God.
it's nothing to do with the school. It's all made up.
Well, I heard
people.
that there was at one of the, I think it was a Catholic school in Newcastle, one of the girls got expelled because she did a nudie run through the quad past all like the priests and the brothers and shit.
Oh no! Oh,
and she would have been
God.
like 18, and they would have been like, oh my God, she's so old. But that's way too old, and the wrong gender too. But but yeah, she got done for that. And like when we did scav hunt,
You joke about that stuff, but it is so fucked up.
Yeah.
The reason why, like, my parents and stuff, we used to go to church a lot when I
Yeah.
was little, but my dad, he got so turned off at just hearing about all the stuff
I bet.
that's been turned a blind eye to, and that's why we don't go to church anymore. Like, haven't been for years. We go when, like, I go up to my grandma's and pops, because they're still into it, they're still religious, and my dad's side of the family are, and that's fine. Like, we say grace and things, but just no thanks, Lily, go away. My sister, but yeah,
we're
like,
talking about you.
but to do with that reason, like my dad just can't stand the Catholic Church anymore because of those reasons. It's not something you should just sweep under the rug. It's just
Of course not.
revolting. Yeah.
And that is the thing.
Makes me
like,
sick.
when Jared from Subway got done for having child porn and stuff, do you remember that? You know Jared, the dude with the pants out to here, the Subway ads back in the day?
No,
Maybe you're too young.
maybe I'm too
Well, you're only a couple of years younger than me, but yeah.
I don't remember
So
that.
Jared was this guy who only ate Subway and lost all this weight. That was back when Subway was like the healthy fast food option back in the Dizzy before bread was illegal. And I don't eat bread because I'm a fit dude with a beard.
You eat cardboard and avocado.
Cardboard and
With a
avocado,
little
only
bit of
little
a fitter.
squares. And
Yeah.
so he was like this dude that was, by the way, have a biscuit. He was this dude.
All right then.
I can't believe you won't eat Little Dixon's biscuits. She's
I don't want the
She's upstairs crying right now.
ASMR.
Yeah, that's all right. Someone will clip it out and be heaps creepy with it. Anyway, so he lost a lot of weight, and his big photo thing was like he would have the old big pants that he used to wear back in the day, and he got on all this strife because he got caught with child porn, and rightfully so. And what happened was Subway copped a lot of flack for it. But he got ruined. He was like ruined. There was no more faces of Subway. They had to change all their marketing and all that type of stuff. It never happened with the Catholic Church. Like priests are still, they're still walking free, and they're still, for some strange reason, trusted. And I find that really strange, and I find that really quite upsetting. Really, like it's like we
It doesn't make sense.
No, to come to our house, we have to drive past a Catholic church, and there's always these like weird words on the signs, like you must pray and all this type of stuff, and it's like, or even the conversation.
There's weird words like you must pray.
You must pray. Or what? there was a climate change one the other day, and it was like, there's no planet B, we must pray, and it's like, oh fuck. Well, or you can stop burning coal over the next 500 years.
Or you can stop using plastic straws.
Yeah, stop using.
Yeah,
although paper straws are the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, so
Paper straws are worse than pedophiles. It's a big call.
Yeah,
but I'll go out there and say it.
That's a very big call.
That's going to be the title of this podcast. Paper straws
I
are worse than
disagree.
pedophiles.
Agree to disagree.
It's going to be coming as a speech bubble out of your mouth with quotation marks.
They're going to heighten
Georgia
the voice.
Productions 2020. Yeah, it's paper straws are horrible. But yeah, so
Pedophiles to paper straws.
So
that's what this podcast is going to be called.
It sounds like a great band name, Pedophiles to Paper Straws. So the scav hunts the people are getting in a lot of trouble and all this type of stuff, and rightfully so. You shouldn't be doing shit like that.
Speaking about, this came to mind.
Yeah.
To do with the Catholic Church, I think the reason why it was like, wait, are we still rolling? Okay.
I just thought I had the camera turn off again, but it didn't.
I saw this video about the Old Testament, and apparently the original Testament, the Bible.
What are you doing watching Old Testament videos?
No, it came up in my TikTok. I didn't want to say it. I saw this on TikTok, but it came up on TikTok. And I wholeheartedly believe this. Apparently, the original Testament read, a man shall not lay with a young boy. That was the original Testament, but then it got translated into other languages.
They took the word "not" out.
No.
Man shall lay with you.
No, it got translated wrongly. Or like got translated into a man must not lay with another man. That's why. That's how this whole being gay is a sin came out, and that's why they cover up this pedophilia thing, because it's not in the Bible. Like it's not said in the Bible that it's wrong. So that's why I think, that's the only reason I can think why they would do it.
Well, people have done it for a long time.
Yeah,
like
but
the Romans did it, and
like
the Greeks did it.
that just makes so much sense.
Which doesn't make it okay. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, it's been done for a long time, and people with power have always done it to people who are, who are lesser than them as far as their ability to fight them off. So women were always raped, young boys were always sexually abused, young girls as well, and that is just how it's sort of been under this power structure for the longest time. And they know that it's the wrong thing to do, but they do it anyway.
It makes a lot of sense that it would have been a mistake, because why the hell would it not? Why the hell would it say a young, like why the hell would it say a man and not a young boy? Like it. In what world is that right? Like, particularly
when gay people have been accepted in most
and they're just humans. Like it's just
most religions and most societies for a long time. Gay people have just been like, yeah.
And apparently the Romans were all at it.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah,
they loved it. They loved gladiators and cock. That was what it was all about.
And that was before this translation got wrong. And I'm not saying that's the truth, but God, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because and
Well, with the priests, back in the day, they used to be like they were the rock stars of the world. They were the ones who were out there, and they had all the women and all this type of stuff. And because they held the power. The priests were the only ones who were able to read. They didn't let anyone read, and that's why everything was in Latin and shit. They were the only ones who knew Latin. So all the women would like throw themselves at them.
So some dickhead was like, "I'm going to change this."
Yeah, and they said no more women. And then all these priests who are they're sexually repressed, right? They're not allowed to have sex at all. Then they're around all these young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible, but it's and then it's still around.
What do you think of Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, one of the best pedophiles of all time. But it's the same thing. Oh. This dude who was, famous forever, Michael Jackson, and then he is just with children.
Yeah.
Like that's what's...
I don't know how the flags, the bells didn't ring. Like
the families.
What the hell? I don't know how no one was like,
why would you take your kid there?
This is a bit weird. Like,
why would you take your kid there?
This grown man's making this park for just children and he's getting to muck around. Is that not weird? Like that would have just... flag sort of like rung straight away in my head.
It was the same with R. Kelly. Did you watch the R. Kelly documentary on Netflix?
No, but I watched the whole One Direction. Michael Jackson. Different things.
There's big claims about One Direction coming from this podcast.
No, two whole different worlds there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so the R. Kelly one's very similar. These parents would take these young girls to hang out with R. Kelly. And it's like, he's a rapper who's gyrating in film clips and talking about sex all the time. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, no.
Like, I know that if I'm a parent one day, and I hope I am, right? Of a young, like if I have a daughter, like you have to be...
Blood vessel.
I couldn't imagine it. Because like, I always...
That's what my boyfriend said as well. He's like, I better have a son because if I have a daughter, I will be so protective. It's not funny.
It's bad. Yeah. It's bad. And that's when if you're too protective, that's when children act out and they always try and find a way around things. And I get that as well. But I worry about having a daughter because like, I'm not one of these people who... I always defend when people come out and say all men are rapists and all men are bad people because it's not true.
It's just, yeah.
But there are a lot of creeps out there and... You as a young woman need to be you got to be careful. And whether or not you want to admit the fact that if you dress and this is a very controversial thing to say. If you run around in your bra and undies outside, going to nightclubs and stuff, you should not get raped. No way, no way in the world. But there are people out there who see that as an opportunity.
Horrible attention sometimes. Yeah. I know what you mean.
And it's not a good thing. And I'm not happy about that. But it's not asking for it. It's not on you.
It's on them.
It's on them. But you can't convince rapists not to do it. Like you're not gonna. You could maybe. But someone who's going to break the law anyway, they're not a good person.
Yes.
You pleading with them on the telly saying you shouldn't do this potentially might work. But I doubt it. I don't think someone's going to go, you know what? I probably shouldn't rape anymore.
And I remember my school, I loved the school I went to, by the way. But I remember they had this day where they brought all the girls into this room and were teaching. And I just remember this day just so angry because they were basically telling us the way we should dress, what we should wear that doesn't ask for it. They were basically telling us that we should, if we wear this, we're asking for it. If we wear this, they showed us these underwear that you can only take off. And they didn't touch on men shouldn't rape at all. And I remember all these girls looking at each other so we're just gonna have to live with that, are we? It was just the most frustrating thing as teachers teaching us that we should dress a certain way, and it's just the fact that they didn't put the boys into a room to say you shouldn't touch a woman. What? Yeah. Sorry.
But I think if you put the boys into a room saying that, 99.9% of them will go, duh.
True. Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from on this because it's such a hard topic to sort of talk about. But men know they shouldn't rape, and rapists know they shouldn't rape, but they do it anyway.
Yeah.
you know, because they're wired in a way that they don't see that as a big issue, or they don't have feelings for other people. They don't have the empathy that is, you know, it keeps normal people from doing horrible things. You know, and
I suppose so, I didn't think that.
And you know, you could be attacked in the street and down a dark alley, whether or not you're wearing a bikini or a burqa. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because people are out there and they'll do horrible things, and they've been doing it for 10,000 years. You know?
I got followed by a man when I was 14, and I was prepubescent at this stage. I was a very late bloomer. Me and a friend were coming back from the beach. We had swimmers on, just towels over us, shorts on, and we were like going home via like public transport, like a bus. And I remember this dude was walking behind us like from the beach, and just like this creepy, disgusting. Like there was obviously something wrong with him, because he didn't talk. It was just like this creepy, disgusting stare. He would purposely, like, if we turned around, he'd walk behind us and like stare at our bums. And I just remember feeling this intense anger at like 14 years old, and I felt so violated, even though he didn't touch us or do anything. He was like too close for comfort. He was really close to us. He ended up getting on the bus and sitting behind us. And you know, we were like trying to sit forward, we were scared he was going to grab us or touch us or something. And I remember it's like waiting at the bus stop, and as we were waiting at the bus stop, there was this couple that were kissing on the other side of the bus stop, and as soon as he saw him, he like bolted over and just stared at them. And the girl goes, "Are you right?" He was obviously a pervert, but I just remember feeling so uncomfortable and so just and that happened at 14, and like that was the worst that's ever. Oh no, it wasn't. But that was something that I still remember, and it made me really uncomfortable.
But you shouldn't have to experience shit like that. But I think it's important that, which is another horrible thing to say, I think it's important that you know, as a young person, that there are creeps out there.
Yes.
And there are people out there that wish to do you harm.
So it definitely made me like more aware. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like you can't be a parent, you can't follow your children everywhere, because that doesn't give them the ability to do their own things.
Yeah.
But also you can't be a parent that just goes, go for it.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
I remember my mum always telling me when I was younger, and always wondering like, why are you telling me this, Mum? I'll be fine. But like she'd be like, if I went over for a sleepover at someone's house, it was always like, now if you feel uncomfortable, you can call me. Please, like if you feel uncomfortable, I'm going, Mum, I'll be fine. It's just my friend's house. But like now as an adult, looking back at that, she was trying to protect me, like, because you never know because apparently a lot of pedophiles like prey on, like that's a thing at sleepovers, like friends. When
you don't know who someone's dad or dad's friend,
especially
or
if
uncle
mum or dad hadn't met them, they were like, they'd freak out, like, oh, you know, I've got to meet them beforehand.
I get that. Yeah. I'd want to go talk to the dad. I want to know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, same.
You know, if my daughter's going to be staying at your house. But as a kid, I didn't know about pedophiles. I didn't know that was a thing, obviously, because mum and dad wanted to protect me. But the thing is, like, as a parent, I don't know if I would rather them not know, or I think I might have to tell them, like, this is what happens. And my little cousins, I remember I went to their house not long ago, and they had these balloons and there was stuff written on them. And I was reading it and I was like, oh, what's this about? And they were like, oh, we had a child protection program come to the school. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't have that when I was at school. We didn't have that. Like, I had no idea that people weren't supposed to touch me down there. I had, like, when I was a little kid, I had no idea that was my privates and my privates only. Just wasn't taught that. And these balloons, they'd written on it, like, my privates are for me only, and the right language was used. It was penis and vagina, not some other words that can get mixed up and, you know. Anyway, but I just think that I think it's being more talked about with kids, and they're being more aware of it now. And I think it's a really good thing, like at schools, because again, like I didn't have that as a kid, and it would have been really helpful if something was to happen to me. Yeah. We were talking about on the way home from camping this morning about missing people and missing persons, because we're driving through the bush, and it was like, imagine how many people have been like taken and buried out here. And we went through.
Just a casual conversation.
And we had the shovel in the back and all that type of stuff. And We were talking about it, and we had a look on the AFP, Australian Federal Police database of missing persons.
You're
And
kidding me.
There are so many. It is crazy. And I want to do a documentary about the William Tyrrell disappearance.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I think that would be...
I still remember that. That was years ago.
I think it'd be a really cool thing to sort of try and attack it from a different point of view and have a different audience. Because they've had the 60-minute people talk about it and all that type of stuff.
Such a mystery.
And
Just
people don't know
boom,
what's going
gone.
on. And Gary Jubilant, the guy who was on the case and was removed from it because I think he recorded someone without their knowledge, so he had to be like sacked from the police.
Yeah.
But this dude was dedicated. He wanted nothing more than to solve this case, and he still he just works all the time on trying to solve it. So I think I might do something with that. But the amount of kids that were taken was just it was just horrible to read. The amount of kids that were taken and young people too. I think Ivan Milat actually picked up someone on. In Newcastle, or not Newcastle, just past Charlestown near Gateshead there, where that new 7-Eleven is.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the road from Hunter Sports High. I'm pretty sure Ivan Milat picked up a young girl back in the day there. These things happen, and even on Burwood Road in Newcastle as well. So, these things happen, and these creeps are out there. And the thing with serial killers
you do have to make sure you you tell your kids, I reckon.
But what do you do? How do you stop it? How do you stop it? I said, I've always said that I want my daughters doing jiu-jitsu to know that because...
There was a jiu-jitsu place right when I was turning.
It's up the road.
I was like, they're all out the front going... Eh.
They're in there training now.
Yeah.
But I think that, particularly if you're a woman or a young girl and this man is trying to manhandle you...
Especially your size.
Exactly.
There's no way if you're a bad guy, there's no way I could have got out of your grip.
But you could if you knew jiu-jitsu.
If I knew jiu-jitsu, yes.
You
That's
knew
the scary
jiu-jitsu,
thing.
not ninjutsu. Jiu-jitsu.
Ninjutsu.
You could use things like your legs or your arms to either choke me out or break out of a grip or whatever. Because
That's the unfair thing with how women and men are made. It's just if you have no skills as a woman, just genetically men are stronger. And if any man grabbed you, I just feel like who I am, you just can't get out.
Why don't you do a video where you train with a UFC fighter, like a female UFC fighter? No, but you don't have to get hit or anything. Just train, hit mitts or do some jiu-jitsu with them and learn some skills. So that would be really cool for your young female audience to know that, hey, this is something that we could do and actually know how to defend ourselves.
I didn't word that very well. You can edit that out, but I was just trying to say that.
Edit what?
When I was I couldn't get out of your grip, but I just meant
No, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're a smaller person than me, right?
Yes, yeah.
And you would think that I would be able to, against your will,
Yes.
pick you up and put you on the roof, so to speak.
Yeah.
But if you knew how to defend yourself in a certain way,
different.
at least you'd have a chance.
Yeah.
I don't think you worded it incorrectly.
No, just sometimes you get stutter and get stuck on a word.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Now, before the podcast ends, would you like a biscuit?
I'll have a biscuit.
Have a damn biscuit. Jesus Christ. Are they good biscuits?
You getting the tingles?
No, I am not. I am because my coffee's out.
I've heard you're not a fan of ASMR.
No, I'm not.
I love ASMR.
It was weird, I did an ASMR.
It's not sexual. I will 100% disagree with you on that one. There is some stuff out there that's made to be sexual, but...
What when they whisper like this?
It's not sexual, it's just calming.
Everyone knows
I
being
watch
sexual,
it every
right?
night before I go to sleep. It's calming.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Have you ever heard they get a chip packet or something and crinkle bubble wrap, crinkle it up to mic? It's so
What about some of my merch?
satisfying.
Satisfying. Hey,
Get
when
a
are you? When are you?
Sticks condom.
I've got one for you upstairs.
Yeah.
When are you gonna start doing more merch? What's going on?
I've made new stuff.
Good, because I've got a new merch drop coming up in 4 weeks. 15 new pieces of clothing.
Do you want me to model?
I don't know if we have any female stuff this time.
Oh,
I think we might.
there's another scandal.
I'll send you one of the I don't know if you'd wear it. It's so against your brand. It's hilarious.
Interesting.
No, it's feminine but not feminist.
Oh.
You want one? You don't have
I
to
probably
wear it.
wouldn't wear it, but
No.
just being honest.
It's just good. It's a people.
Just because of like how people would interpret that.
Yeah.
You know.
You're a pig.
I'm a pig. No.
No, but I think merch is the go for you. You could be the next Jake Paul.
I have made new stuff. It's coming out soon, but with the merch I had originally, I just realized, like, after seeing it physically and like wearing it and stuff, it was very bright and colorful. Like, pretty much only kids would wear it.
Hard to wear.
It's
everywhere.
hard to wear everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just straight up Georgia Productions. This big old yellow hoodie. So I made stuff that didn't have my name on it, and it's coming soon.
Awesome.
And it's, I mean, I'll basically like it'll be really soon. I can announce this, but it's like I don't know if you saw my videos where like I read my old diary out to the audience. So never mind, he doesn't watch my stuff.
I've seen your stuff. It's great.
Yeah, but
I haven't watched your diary videos.
These videos where I read my old diary from when I was 7, like a lot of people really like them because my spelling is just horrendous, and it's so funny to read as like an adult, just because I wrote the most funniest shit when I was little. And there's this one line, I won't say what it is, but like everyone loved it in the comments, so I put it on a shirt, but it's embroidered in the exact way I wrote it when I was little. So it's something that like I feel like, and it's this nice like calm like pastel color. It's cute.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I feel like it's something that like I would wear as a 20-year-old, but also like an 11-year-old would wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that everyone would like. I'm hoping.
Well, it has to be a certain, it's more of a brand than merch. Like you can have both. And I think that's important to have both because people enjoy both.
The tags say like Georgia Productions on it.
Oh, how cool's that?
Yeah.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's
Like
very fun.
even having that was one of the original hats. Like the hats that I have now are better.
Where you put that on my head, I have just such a small head.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, Georgia Productions, thank you very much for joining us. You can leave it on as you do the outro.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to plug to this camera right here?
You can listen to my new podcast, Gee Thanks. It's pretty much the complete opposite to Isaac's podcast. Listen now on Spotify.
A Spotify
Only on Spotify.
original.
Yes.
I noticed Spotify haven't reached out to me. Thanks, guys.
Too problematic.
Too problematic, that's right. Thank you, Georgia. Bye.
Bye.